Hello everyone. Welcome to the session of Animal Kingdom Theory Part 5. Disclaimer: the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that the parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is totally experimental. So today's session learning objective: identify and distinguish key characteristic of each vertebrate class. So by having today's lecture, you will be able to distinguish the key characteristics of vertebrate classes. Compare and contrast adaptations among the different classes. Okay, you can compare what are the adaptations that animals follow in different classes. To understand the evolutionary relationship, you will be able to understand how the organism one of the phylum organism got adapted and took an evolution and evolved into a new organism. So that is why we are having the number of organisms, and we can see that some of the classes organism are having the similar type of characteristics, and with that you can identify or understand their evolutionary relationships. Classify organism based on their features. You will be able to classify the organism on the basis of the characteristic features that they possesses. Recognize habitat preferences and survival strategies. So what are their habitat preferences of a particular class? You will be able to know, and also what are the survival strategies that animals adapt, that also you will be able to know. Index. So we are going to study about phylum Chordata, that is 4.2.11 section of the NCERT. Then we are having class Cyclostomata, class Chondrichthyes, class Osteichthyes, and then we will summarize today's lecture at the end. So first of all, we will discuss about the phylum Chordata. Very important, phylum Chordata. Animals belonging to the phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by the presence of a notochord and a dorsal hollow nerve cord, paired pharyngeal gill slits. So these are some of the very important fundamental characteristic that chordata possesses. There must be the presence of notochord. Notochord is one of the very important characteristic, and the animal that have notochord are kept in the phylum Chordata, right? There is a dorsal hollow nerve cord. Now this is very important. Nerve cord, and it is from inside, it is hollow. It is not solid. It is hollow. Okay. Paired pharyngeal gill slits. Gill slits are present in the pharynx region. That is why it is called as pharyngeal gill slits, right? So you can see some slits or opening like structures in this region, and it is in the paired form. That is why it is called as paired pharyngeal gill slits. These are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical means organism can be divided from the center of its axis. One plane is there that passes through the center of its axis, and when you divide the organism organism can be divided into two equal halves, and that is called as bilaterally symmetrical. Triploblastic. The embryo are having three germinal layers: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. We have discussed this many times, right? Coelomate. Coelomate means true coelom. True coelom. The body cavity is also called as coelom, and the organism that are coelomate are actually true coelom. It is also mentioned as eucoelom. Eu means true. Coelom means body cavity, means true body cavity. True body cavity. Now with organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. So we have seen that some of the organisms are having the cellular level of organization, some are having the tissue level of organization, some are having the organ level of organization. So remember here, the chordates, they are among the advanced one. Organ system level of organization. You will see they are having the separately digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system. Yes, different system they possesses, and that is why we categorize sorry, we categorize them as a organ system level of organization. They possesses a post-anal tail. Post-anal tail. Post-anal tail means there is an opening that is called as anus, and after anus, that opening, there is a tail. There is a tail. That is why it is called as post-anal tail. Means after the anal region, right? And it is having the closed circulatory system. Circulatory system is closed type. Means from the heart, there are different blood vessels that carry out blood from heart to the different organs. Okay, so they are having the closed circulatory system. So here you can see nerve cord, and nerve cord is hollow. It is hollow from inside. Here it is hollow from inside. This is notochord. Notochord. Okay, it is mentioned here. There is a presence of notochord. The next important thing, paired pharyngeal gill slit. So here you can see this is the mouth. This opening is called mouth, and this is called as anus, right? So this is the whole alimentary canal of this chordate organism, and you can see in the pharynx region they are having the different slits like opening, and that is called as gills, right? Now here you can see this is the anal part or the anus, and from the anus region you can see this tail like region originates. So that is why it is called as post-anal tail. Post-anal tail. And inside the organism there is a closed circulatory system. Now we are having a table that represents the comparison of the salient features of the chordates and non-chordates. So here is the feature, like we are having a comparison of the chordates and non-chordates. Now till here we have studied about all the phylums, right? This is the last phylum that is called as chordata, right? So let us see the comparison between the chordates and non-chordates. If we see the chordates, they are having the notochord. Okay, there is a presence of notochord in the case of chordates, and non-chordates, notochord is absent. This is one particular feature that segregates chordates and non-chordates, right? Central nervous system is in the dorsal position, hollow and single. There is a single central nervous system, right? Hollow from inside. What is the position? Position is dorsal. They are present in the dorsal region. Now see in the case of non-chordates, it is ventral in position, just opposite to the chordates position of the central nervous system. It is ventral in position. Okay. Now you can see here the chordates central nervous system is hollow, whereas in the case of non-chordates, the central nervous system is solid type. It is single here, and you can see in the case of non-chordates, double. So nervous system is exhibiting a very much difference, like what is the position of the central nervous system, whether it is a hollow or solid, single and double, right? Next characteristic you can see, pharynx perforated by the gill slits. Pharynx perforated by the gill slits in the case of chordates. Now this is totally absent in the case of non-chordate. Gill slits are totally absent. So this is one of the features that distinguish other organism from other organism, the chordates. Chordates can be distinguished by the presence of this particular feature. Heart is ventral in position, and here you can see, if heart is present, it is in the dorsal position. Like we see in the case of annelids, it is dorsal in position. The heart is dorsal in position, right? Another important point, a post-anal part tail is present. Post-anal tail is present, right? And here the post-anal tail is totally absent. It is totally absent in the case of non-chordate. So these are the very, very important features that can distinguish chordates and non-chordates. Well, like you are having some organism in your hand and you want to like classify them, whether it is a chordate or non-chordate. So you can see these certain features in them, right? Phylum Chordata is divided into 3 subphylum. Now, we will study the chordates in very detail. So here, there is a classification of chordata further. It is divided into 3 subphylum. 3 subphylum. So what are those subphylum? Let us see that. Urochordata. Urochordata. This is also called as tunicata. And the organisms are called as tunicates. Those organisms that belongs to the tunicata or urochordata, they are called as tunicates. Cephalochordata. Next subphylum is the cephalochordata. And the third one, vertebrata. So we will see what are the difference between the urochordata, cephalochordata and vertebrata. 3 subphylum that are present in the phylum Chordata. So, subphylum Urochordata and Cephalochordata often referred to as protochordates and are exclusively marine. Like all the organisms that belongs to the Urochordata and Cephalochordata, all are marine. They are found in the marine environment. And sometime see here, Urochordata, this is one subphylum, and Cephalochordata, another subphylum. These two unitedly referred as protochordates. Protochordates. In Urochordata, notochord is present only in the larval tail. In case of Urochordata, like we are discussing this Urochordata, the first subphyla, right? So here the notochord present only in the larval tail. They are not present in the adulthood. It is present only in the larval stage. In the larval stage, and it is present only in the larval tail region. Tail region, not in the whole body. It is present in only tail region. While in the case of next subphyla, Cephalochordata, it extends from the head to tail region and it is persistent throughout their life. It is present throughout their life. So this is you can see a great difference between the Urochordata and Cephalochordata on the basis of presence of notochord. Notochord is present in Urochordata only in the larval stage, and if it see in which region of the larval tail region, not in like up to the head region. But see the Cephalochordata, this notochord is present from head to the tail region. Whole body it is present and it is persistent in the adulthood also. Means throughout their life. So this is one of the examples of ascidia. Protochordate ascidia. Here it is mentioned, referred to as protochordates. So figure 4.17, this is ascidia that belongs to the protochordates. Now examples, we are having some of the examples. Urochordata, ascidia and salpa, doliolum. These are the three examples of the urochordata. Three examples of the urochordata. If we talk about the cephalochordata, then the name comes a very, very important organism, branchiostoma. Scientific name. Commonly, it is called as Amphioxus or lancelet. It is called as Amphioxus or lancelet. This is the common name of branchiostoma. Belongs to the subphylum Cephalochordata. The members of the subphylum Vertebrata possesses notochord during the embryonic period. Okay. Now, third subphylum was Vertebrata, and they also possesses the notochord, but only during the embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by the cartilaginous bony vertebral column in the adult. Now, this is a very, very important feature of the phylum Vertebrata. What happens to the notochord? In the case of embryonic period, they are having this notochord. They possesses this notochord. But once the organism passes the embryonic stage and converted to the adulthood or adult one, you see that this notochord got replaced by the either cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. We are having the vertebral column, our backbone. Okay, so that is the modification of the notochord. Right? So this is very, very important to understand. So this is, you can see the ascidia example, that is urochordata, right? So urochordata and cephalochordata, sometimes it is called as protochordata, but this ascidia belongs to the urochordata. But when you take it as a protochordata, means both this and this unitedly, so that in that case the ascidia comes to the protochordata, right? Thus all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates, right? What is all vertebrates are chordates? Because this is one of the feature that they possesses notochord, right? So vertebrates also comes under the chordates only because they possesses notochord in the embryonic stages. But all chordates are not vertebrates, because all chordate do not possesses vertebral column. The vertebral column in the adult stage is seen only in the case of vertebrates. So that is why all chordates are not considered as vertebrates. They are not considered as vertebrates. This is very, very important point. So beside the basic chordate characters, so we are talking about the chordate characters, right? Vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart. Now they are talking about the circulatory system. What is the position of the muscular heart? You can see the ventral position. They are present in the ventral position, right? With 2, 3 or 4 chambers. Sometimes the organisms are having only 2 chambers, 2-chamber heart. Fishes are having 2-chambered heart. 3-chambered heart. Amphibians are having the 3-chambered heart. Even the reptiles possesses the 3-chamber heart. But one of the reptile, that is the crocodile, that is having 4-chambered heart. So what about the birds and mammals? They are having 4-chamber heart. right? So here you can see the heart could be 2-chambered, 3-chambered, 4-chambered, depending upon the type of phylum, in which what phylum you are talking about. It depends on that. Also, the kidney is the organ that is concerned for the process of excretion, that is the removal of the nitrogenous waste from the body. And it is also concerned for the process of osmoregulation. Osmoregulation is that is the maintenance of water balance in the body, maintenance of electrolytes in the body. That is called as osmoregulation, right? So kidney is taking care of process of excretion as well as osmoregulation. And there is a paired appendages which may be fins or limbs. In some of the organism you can see the paired appendages. They are having the paired appendages, and like in the case of fishes you see that they are having the fins. They are having fins. But what about in the case of amphibians? Think about frog. The frog is having 4 limbs and hind limbs. Okay, hind limbs. 4 limbs means 2 hands, and hind limbs means the 2 legs, right? So they are having limbs like a structure. But some of the organisms that are present in the water, they are having fins like a structure that is helpful for swimming in water. Okay, so these are actually the paired appendages. Paired appendages. Now the subphylum Vertebrata is further divided as follows. Let us see the subphylum Vertebrata divisions. Here you can see Vertebrata. We are talking about the Vertebrata only. 2 division is there, Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Very important. Listen carefully. Agnatha do not possesses jaws. Do not possesses jaws. Lack jaws. We are having the jaws na, upper jaw and lower jaw. So this Agnatha do not possesses any jaw. There is no jaws. But Gnathostomata, they bears jaws. They are having jaws, right? So this Agnatha lack jaws, do not possesses any jaw. They are having only one class. Further, the division leads to the class. So here you can see they are having only one class, Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata, right? Now, think about this Gnathostomata. That organism bears jaws. It can be divided into 2 superclasses. 2 superclasses, that is species. Species means fishes. Species means fishes. And tetrapoda. Tetrapoda means the organism that bears limbs. Just now we have discussed about the paired appendages. Paired appendages. So think about the fishes. They are having fins. They are having fins. So this fins is the paired appendages in the case of fishes, right? And on the basis of the, like, they are having the bones or not, okay, we are having the 2 types of fishes, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes fishes are those fishes, those are called as cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes, right? The bones are not present. Instead, the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. So they are called as cartilaginous fishes. And osteichthyes. Osteichthyes are those fishes in which the endoskeleton is made up of bones. They possesses bones, right? So 2 types of fishes we are having, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Coming to the tetrapoda, I've already told you, paired appendages. Paired appendages are in the forms of limbs, that bears limbs. This is the difference between the species and tetrapoda. Okay, paired appendages, right? Agnatha do not possesses paired appendages. It do not possesses paired appendages, right? So coming to this, tetrapoda bears limbs, class. Now we are having 4 different classes, like amphibia, they bear limbs, reptilia, they bear limbs, aves, they also bear limbs. Their hind limbs is in the form of legs, but their forelimbs Four limbs is in the form of wings. Wings, birds. Mammals, we are having four limbs in the form of hand and hind limb in the form of legs. So again, tetrapoda. Now we will talk about cyclostomata. All living members of class Cyclostomata are ectoparasites on some fishes. See, very, very important point. They are ectoparasites on some fishes, right? So they have an elongated body bearing 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for the respiration. So they are having the gill slits, and this is the one of the very important feature of the vertebrata, right? 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are present for respiration process. Cyclostomes have sucking and circular mouth without jaws. Without jaws. They are not having any jaws, but they are having the circular mouth, and this circular mouth is adapting the sucking type. Like they could suck the food, right? So here you can see they are having appendages, like here you can see they are append, but these appendages are not in paired form. They are not in paired form, right? And you can see these are the gill slits. This is the gill slit that is present in the pharynx region. So gill slit, 6 to 15 pairs. See, think about this mouth. The mouth is sucking type, circular mouth without any jaw. They are not having the upper jaw or lower jaw like we are having. Okay. So the example was Petramyzon. Cyclostomes, Petramyzon. The body is devoid of scales and paired fins. No paired fins. Devoid means, what is the meaning of devoid? They are not having any like scales like things on their body or paired fins. Okay. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. So see this. Generally the cranium is made up of, cranium means the covering that cover up your brain region, skull part, cranium bone. Okay. So that is made up of bones. In the case of cartilage, your bony fishes, condyctries. But here in the case of cyclostomata, see, they are having cranium and vertebral column made up of cartilage. Circulation is closed type. Again, they are having the heart, and from the heart, the blood vessels emerges out and leads to the certain organ, right? So they are having closed type of circulatory system. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate to spawning to the freshwater. Now this is very, very important to understand. Cyclostomes, they are marine organism. They are found in the sea, they are found in the ocean. But what happened at the time of spawning, at the time of reproduction? What they do, they move from sea to rivers, freshwater. Freshwater means the water that do not having any dissolved salt in it, right? So they do what? They move to the opposite direction from sea to river. Now there they spawn, there they reproduce. They gives eggs. Okay, the female gives eggs, the male gives sperm, and there is a reproduction process. And later on, the small like fishes of the cyclostomes, they for some time they are there, and afterwards they move to the sea, back to the marine environment. But what happens to the parents? The male and female, they die there. They die in the fresh water because they are adapted to live in the sea water only. But after spawning, they die there. So this is very, very important. Cyclostomes, marine, but migrate for spawning to the fresh water. And after reproduction, they die off there. After spawning, within a few days, they die. So see, it is written here. After spawning, they dies off. Their larvae, after metamorphosis, return to the ocean. They come back to the ocean only. Petramizon, this is some of the example of the cyclostomes. Here you can see Petramizon, lamprey. Commonly it is called as lamprey. Myxine, that is called as hagfish. So these are some of the examples of the cyclostomata. You can see here, this is the Petramizon, lamprey. Commonly it is called as lamprey. Now we will study about chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes are what? Chondrichthyes are cartilaginous fishes. They are cartilaginous fishes. Okay. So let us see the characteristic of this. They are marine animals with a streamlined body and have a cartilaginous endoskeleton. Right? Marine animal. Chondrichthyes are they are found in the marine environment. Streamlined body. All the aquatic organisms you see, they are having mostly streamlined body. Why? Because they could cut the water current. See the birds also. Birds, they have to cross this air current. So that is why their body is streamlined. So streamlined body and have cartilaginous endoskeleton. Right? So cartilaginous endoskeleton is made up of cartilage only. And here you can see the example of cartilaginous fishes. Examples of cartilaginous fishes. The first one is the scoliodon fish. And prestes. See, very dangerous, this prestes. These are the cartilaginous fishes example. Mouth is located ventrally. It is not in the dorsal position, it is ventral in position. Notochord is persistent throughout life, means notochord is present in throughout the life. It is not like they are having only in the larval stages. No, it is present. This notochord is present throughout their life. Gill slits are separate and without operculum. Now, in the case of osteichthyes, bony fishes, you will see that this gill slits are covered with the gill cover, that is called as operculum. But here in the case of gill slits are separate and without operculum. Okay, gill slits are separated. Many gill slits are there, they are separated, but they are not covered. Right? They are not covered with any operculum or gill cover. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scale. Very important point. Their skin is tough, very tough skin, and they are containing minute scales in their body, and that scale name is called as placoid scale. Cyclostomes, think about the cyclostome. Do they possess any type of scales? No. So these are the things that you must remember. No scales are found. Okay, no scales are found in the cyclostomes. Okay, the skin is tough, containing minute placoid scale in the case of chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes. Teeth are modified placoid scale which are backwardly directed. Now see, they are having very strong teeth, right? And their teeth are modified form of this placoid scales only, and they are directed backwardly directed. Okay, so this is one of the very, very important feature in the case of chondrichthyes. Their jaws are very powerful. They possess jaws. Like cyclostomes, they do not possess jaws, but this like the species That is the fishes, both the type of fishes, chondrichthyes as well as osteichthyes. They both possesses jaws, right? And here, in the case of chondrichthyes, the jaws are very, very powerful. These animals are predaceous. They are predators. They kill other animals. Due to the absence of air bladder, they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Now, this is again very important point, and with this point, you can understand how the chondrichthyes are different from the osteichthyes. They are not having any air bladder like things. An air bladder provide buoyancy, and the fishes could swim on the surface of water without any like swimming. They could be there at the surface of water. But see, here they are not having any air bladder. Chondrichthyes fishes do not have any air bladder, and that is why they have to constantly swim. Constantly swim. If they will not swim, then they can sink. Right? Heart is two-chambered. Now, I've already told you in the case of fishes, the hearts are two-chambered. So, one auricle and one ventricle. Some of them have electric organ. Now, some of the chondrichthyes fishes, see, for their protection, they produces electric shark type things. Okay, some of them have electric organ. For example, torpedo. And some possesses poison sting. For example, trigon. So why these fishes have such a thing, so that like torpedo is having electric organ and the trigon is having the poison sting? Just for their protection. They are cold-blooded animals, poikilothermous animals. That is, they lack the capacity to regulate their body temperature. They are not able to regulate their body temperature, right? So, whatever the temperature of the water, their temperature will not be regulated according to that. So, this is a very, very important point. Cold-blooded, poikilothermous animals. Sexes are separate, that is, male and female individuals are separate. In males, pelvic fins bear claspers. Very important point. The male, they are having the pelvic fins. Now, this pelvic fins are having the claspers. What is the function of claspers? Claspers help in the process of reproduction. Claspers are the like fins like things that get enter inside the opening, the female genital opening of the fishes, right? So, they open that particular part with the help of claspers. They have internal fertilization, very, very important. With the help of claspers, they open the female genital pore and releases all the sperm inside that opening. Right? So, where the fertilization is taking place? Inside the female body. So, that is why it is called as internal fertilization. And many of them are viviparous. It is not oviparous, viviparous. They give birth to the young ones, viviparous. Now, see the examples. Scoliodon, that is commonly called as dogfish. Prestis, sawfish. Carcharodon, great white shark. Shark is a very, very powerful jaws, right? Trigon, stingray. So here the two examples are there. The Scoliodon, that is commonly called as dogfish. This is the dogfish. And Prestis, sawfish. The snout region of this fish is like saw, and that is why commonly it is called as sawfish, right? Now we will discuss about the second type of fishes, that is called as osteichthyes. Osteichthyes is actually the bony fishes. So let us see that the bony fishes. It include both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. So these bony fishes are found in both the type of aquatic environment, that is the marine and freshwater. They are found in the freshwater environment as well as in the marine environment. Now, they are having endoskeleton, bone made up of bones. Endoskeleton made up of bone, and that is why they are called as bony fishes. Bony fishes. Their body is streamlined. Body is streamlined. They can cut the water current and move in the forward direction. See the shape of boat. Why the boat is like this streamlined? Because the boat is able to cut the water current and it can move forward direction very easily, right? In the same way, the fish's body is like streamlined and it could cut the water current, right? The body is streamlined. Mouth is mostly terminal. Mostly terminal. In the case of chondrichthyes, ventral in position. Now here, terminal in position. See, the two fishes, the two bony fishes, A, hippocampus, and B, katla. So this is the mouth. This is the terminal in position. This is the mouth. Again, terminal. But what about in the case of chondrichthyes? They are having mouth in the ventral position. This is one of the difference. A part of bones made up of cartilage or that is endoskeleton made up of cartilage or bones. So they have 4 pairs of gills which are covered by an operculum on each side. Now gills, they are having the paired gills. But these gills are covered by an operculum on each side. They are having the gill covering that is called as operculum, right? What about the chondrichthyes? They do not possess any operculum. Okay, gill covering is not there. Skin is covered with the cycloid or ctenoid scale. There, in the case of chondrichthyes, they are having the placoid scales. Now, in the case of osteichthyes, the skin is covered with cycloid or ctenoid type of scale. This is one of the difference on the basis of the presence of scales. Air bladder is present which regulate the buoyancy. See, in the case of osteichthyes, they are having the air bladder. Chondrichthyes do not possess air bladder and that is why they have to constantly swim, right? But here in the case of osteichthyes, they possess air bladder that regulates the buoyancy in them. Heart is two-chambered. One auricle and one ventricle. Same that we have seen in the case of chondrichthyes. They are cold-blooded animals. They cannot regulate their body temperature. Sexes are separate, both. They are having the separate sexes, male and female individual. Fertilization is usually external. Now see, this is the difference. The male pelvic fins are having the claspers, but here the claspers are not there. And they are oviparous. They are not viviparous, right? Fertilization is usually external. There, the fertilization was internal. Oviparous. They are mostly oviparous. Development is direct. No larval stage is there. Examples, let us see. Marine environment. Osteichthyes fishes. Exocetus. Flying fish. They are called as flying fish because sometimes they come up in the air. Okay. And then go again down in the water. So it seems like fish want to fly in the air. That is why it is called as flying fish. Hippocampus, seahorse, freshwater fishes. Now here, this is the marine fishes example, Exocetus and hippocampus. Now we will see the freshwater examples, freshwater fishes. Labio, commonly it is called as rohu. Katla, okay, it is also called as katla. Spelling is different. Katla in English, or you can say in the italics it is written Catla, but commonly it is called as katla, Katla. Clarius, commonly it is called as mangur fish, mangur. Aquarium fishes, some fishes are kept in the aquarium, right? So Their examples are betta, that is called as fighting fish, petrophyllum, commonly called as angelfish. So here are the two examples of the osteichthyes. Now we will have the summary. Phylum chordata include the animal characterized by the presence of a notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, very important point, pharyngeal gill slit, post-anal tail at some point in their development. Cyclostomata comprise jawless fish like lampreys and hagfish, characterized by their circular mouth and parasite or scavenging lifestyles. Conductees include the cartilaginous fishes like shark, rays, skates, known for their cartilaginous skeleton and highly developed sensory systems. Osteichthyes represent bony fishes, the largest and the most diverse vertebrate group, featuring skeleton made up of bones, swim bladder for the buoyancy control and protective scales. And these classes showcase the evolutionary progression of the aquatic vertebrates from primitive jawless. Okay, the primitive jawless fishes are the primitive type of fishes. Now they form to advanced bony fishes, and each adapting unique characteristic for their survival in the aquatic environment. So this is all about today's session, but we will have our DPP. So be with us. In just a second, I'll come up with the today's DPP. And cyclostomes are not anything. It is actually the cyclostomes only. Okay. If it is written somewhere in cyclostomes, then it is cyclostomes only. So don't get confused with that. You won't find anywhere that is in cyclostomes. It is cyclostomes only. Okay. So we are having our DPP today. So let us see the first question here. Conductees have to swim constantly to avoid sinking due to. You can give your answers in the chat box. Okay. So options are A, absence of operculum, B, absence of air bladder, ventrally located mouth, all of these. So conductees have to swim. They are talking about swimming, right? Without constantly they have to swim to avoid sinking because they are not having, yes, absence of air bladder. Yes, option B is correct. So I'll save it, option B, and move to our next question. The next question is here. Which of the following is the characteristic of all mammals without any exception? Which of the following is the characteristic of all mammals without any exceptions? So let us see that. A, presence of 7 cervical vertebrae in neck. B, presence of external ears or pinna. C, viviparity and direct development. Presence of milk producing mammary glands. So which of the following is the characteristic of all mammals without any exception? Like there is an exception like giving birth to the young ones. But all mammals do not give birth to the young ones. Some mammals lay eggs. So there is an exception. But there is one point in the case of mammals that there is no exception. So which option is that? A, B, C, D. It is actually the option D, the presence of milk producing mammary glands. Milk producing mammary glands. Presence of 7 cervical vertebrae in neck. There is a variation in that. Like some of the mammals are not having the same 7. Presence of external ears or pinna. This is again an exception. Okay. Viviparity and direct development. There is again this all are not viviparous, some are oviparous also. So all the first 3 are having some exceptions, but this presence of milk producing mammary gland, this is correct one. So we will save it and move to our next question. Which one of the following animal is correctly matched with its characteristic and the taxon? So, let us see the option. A. Sea anemone, triploblastic, nidaria. B. Devilfish, pectoral and pelvic fins chordata. C. Platypus oviparous, mammalia. And D. Starfish, ventral mouth, mollusca. So the correct one. See about this. Option C. Think about this. Platypus, duckbill platypus. I've already told you that they give eggs. So oviparous. But it belongs to the phylum class Mammalia. Class Mammalia. Devilfish. Devilfish, if you remember, it is octopus. It is not chordate. It is mollusca. Sea anemone, triploblastic, nidaria. Sea anemone is not nidarians. Triploblastic, it is written. This is also incorrect. Starfish, ventral mouth, mollusca. Starfish is two echinodermata. Right? So the correct option is C. We will save and move to our next question. This is the match the column type of question. Match the column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option from the given codes. Column 1, we will see A. Cyclostomes, B. Aves, C. Tunicates, D. Balanoglossus, E. Osteochthes. Column 2, Hemichordata, Urochordata, Agnatha, Pisces and Tetrapoda. So, what is the correct one? If you see cyclostomes, cyclostomes is Agnatha. And aves, it is Tetrapoda. Aves is Tetrapoda. Tunicates, that belongs to the Urochordata. D. Balanoglossus. Balanoglossus is Hemichordata. And Osteochthes is the Pisces. So according to that, our option C is correct, right? So we will opt the option C here. Save and move to our last question. Select the incorrect statement. Which of the statement is incorrect? Jawless fishes have 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits. B. Reptiles have 3-chambered heart except crocodile and the cladoid eggs. C. Chordates have solid dorsal nerve cord and notochord. And option D. Urochordata, cephalochordata, often referred to as protochordate. So this is the correct one. Option D is the correct, right? First one is also correct. Second is also correct. But see, this chordates have solid dorsal nerve cord. Just today only we have studied about, yes, hollow nerve cord. They possesses hollow nerve cord. So this option becomes incorrect, right? So we will save it and submit it. So our all answers are correct. Okay. So this is all about today's session. Thank you very much for attending today's session. We will meet again tomorrow, same time. Till then, take care and bye.